TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061.
Hello and welcome to another wonderful, exciting show. You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings, one of the hottest male talk shows here in the Atlanta area. We got a wonderful show tonight, bright new guests, bright new entertainment, bright new talk. But first, we're going to get it started by introducing our king, and our favorite king of all. To my left is King.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Swag Century himself.
Yes.
I wouldn't have gave myself the favorite, but I'll take it. Hey, this is your boy Doc from the A, coming at you live, the ATL, that's where I stay. West Side, always representing.
Always.
Having big fun out here in TV 1061 out in Douglasville, Georgia. All right?
All right. Also, we have a new king, and he's new to the show, so we want you to tune in every Sunday and show this brother young love. He goes by the name of Mel, and he's going to represent our millennium side of Talk Show Kings. And here he is, my man Mel.
How you guys doing? I'm King Mel. I'm from Florida.
Florida's in the house.
Yes, University of Miami over everything.
Got you, friend.
And I'm your host for tonight. I'm Minister Lundy, also King Lundy. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. We got an amazing show tonight. Our heart and our heartfelt sympathy and love goes out to the United States of America,
Definitely.
to other countries that are going through right now. We just want to let you know to stay prayed up and believe in the Father to take away all the pain and hurt. And we're talking about the coronavirus. Gentlemen, this pandemic has hit and is hitting harder each and every day, Doc.
Yes, sir.
And we just want to keep the people updated and let them know what's going on.
Okay.
Definitely.
What's going on, Doc, from your perspective and what you're seeing?
Well, you know I'm keeping up with CNN
Absolutely.
and CDC and everything else that I can. So, China, you know, that's where it started. They've
Absolutely.
been doing all kind of tests, and they found out that people with O blood types are more resistant than those people with such as A. A seems to be the most susceptible.
Right.
Also, people, we putting out jokes. I see people saying, you know, a joint a day keep corona away. I see people saying black people can't get Come on. We need to take this
Ridiculous.
shit more seriously.
Yeah.
Because
we do.
people are dying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm even hearing that Trump is thinking about reenacting Obamacare because of the millions of people who've lost their health
Yeah, that's
insurance,
something special.
and this is being and the
Right.
tests are being made by private-owned companies, and they saying, you know, well, we ain't making no money. Basically, we ain't just trying to give the test to everybody. So they want people to get back on Obamacare, so these millions of people will have some kind of insurance
Right.
to pay for their tests.
Absolutely.
Also, that in China is actually going down now, simply because they started testing initially. You know, and initially, China, South Korea, Taiwan, a lot of those places just started doing mass tests.
Right.
When we were saying it was a joke, at least our president and Rush Limbaugh
Right.
was out here saying that it was a joke and, you know, it's just as the flu and so on and so forth. The difference is the mortality rate, as to where the flu kills 1 out of every 1,000 people.
Right.
The coronavirus is killing 1 out of every like 50. So if you think about it, like right now, it's 325,000 worldwide
So
infected.
Right.
If,
So it's pretty much
yeah.
more deadly.
So
than
if you
flu.
think about 1 out of every 50 and you go 325,000,
Right.
come on, that ain't something we need to be playing with.
Right, and
You know?
absolutely. And if he were to take away Obamacare,
Oh, yeah, did that a long time ago.
that would put the American people in such a bind as far as to trying to even pay. They haven't even given a price tag of how much
Exactly.
the shots are going to cost.
Well, the problem is that you have a president who's narcissistic.
Right,
Everything
What?
is about him. And when you have a president that's like that,
right,
he thinks about himself before he thinks about the people. 2 months ago, you were warned about this.
right.
You said it was a Democratic hoax. It was an attack on your campaign. They didn't want to see you be president. The smarter thing to do would have been to have said, okay, let's keep an eye on this.
Right.
Okay, it seems like it's getting pretty bad. Get our scientists to work with their scientists. Okay, now that we see where this is at, let's start developing tests, getting them out there.
Yeah.
So just in case this does get bad, we are ahead of the curve. We can get these
Exactly.
tests,
Right.
distributed.
So basically, he started too late then.
And
Yeah.
the fact that you tried to undo everything that the Obama administration
Right.
had already done.
Right.
So you got rid of Obamacare. Remember, it was a disaster in your eyesight and people
yeah.
who had money's eyesight.
Right, it was.
But
Yeah.
now you're thinking about reenacting it.
Okay.
You talk bad about something. You burned a bridge that you now have to go back and cross.
Right.
That's problematic.
Right. In the pandemic, people that has taken place, keep in mind, I'm going to share some numbers with you, and this is just a global outlook. There are over 325,000 cases worldwide right now, globally.
Wow.
325,000. Okay, at least 14,830 has died from this
Exactly.
dreadful disease.
Yeah.
So you think that now President Trump is running from the end to the back when he should have been running straight from the beginning to take us to this point where we are now, because they are just getting tests out and making tests available. And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it, because a lot of people, Mel, they have it. And because they haven't taken the test, they don't know they have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're short on tests, and right now people are in panic.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that could have happened, and I mean the worst thing that could have happened, was that you allowed the country to go into panic.
Yeah.
Now, you have people all on top of each other in the stores trying to
Yeah.
work, and right there,
Yeah.
that created an environment for it to
Exactly.
be passed
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
from person to person. I've seen where people were in the grocery stores
Yeah.
in the line for 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours. How are you going to protect yourself? How are you not going to breathe?
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I go about 2 hours.
Listen,
I
was in the
don't talk
grocery
to me
store.
afterwards.
I was in the grocery store
to nobody afterwards.
Don't talk to me.
this weekend, and the social space that they were speaking of, Mel and Doc, it didn't even exist in the grocery stores, because you got people that's almost on top of each other in the grocery stores, in the long lines, waiting to check out. People getting aggravated, they getting upset. A good thing the grocery stores, I went to 3 grocery stores this weekend, and it wasn't in the altercation. Everybody was pretty much trying to pull together, trying to wait their turn and purchase their belongings and leave the store. But it's a new normal.
Yeah.
It is.
Let me give some shots out.
Okay, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Shamika White. Mika.
Hey, Meek.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. I want to give a shout out to my homie Jody. I want to give a shout out to Angie. I want to give a shout out to Tommy. What up, Tommy boy? I want to give a shout out to Ty Carr. We hoping you come back soon, bro. We're
What's
sorry
up, Ty?
about your loss. Hoping that you feel
Prayers.
better soon. King Keys, one of the older kings. I want to give a shout out to you. And back to what we're talking about. Okay, Angie says, I ain't standing in no line for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I do grocery pickup. Order my groceries, select the time, and pick it up. Now, I don't know where you do that, but that sounds like a great
They
thing.
actually do.
Yeah, they do
Kroger
it now.
offers that right now.
Kroger offers that? Cool.
Yeah. The problem with the grocery pickup, I think at this point right now, is the fact that people they're running out. They're buying stuff in panic mode, and
Right.
you're trying to order groceries, but there's nothing in there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Again, this was poorly handled to me.
Right.
To everybody.
Yeah, because like I said, you could have gotten ahead of the curve,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
And now
that's
you
right.
have nothing in place to help those individuals
That's
who
right.
are older, who are disabled. I've seen people go in the grocery store with 3 and 4 carts, $800 worth of groceries.
Yeah.
And when the older
Yeah.
people come in, they're shopping, but there's, they can only, they
pictures
can't.
are so slim.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Now,
So again-
you see all these people out buying toilet paper
Yeah.
and things of that nature. Now, what's that going to do to the toilet paper industry? Because when this is over, and I don't really expect it to last too long, at least I'm hoping not.
Right.
When this is over,
Prayerfully.
nobody's going to be out buying toilet paper because everybody's going to be going off of their stash that
That's
they've
right.
had forever. So what's that going to do for that industry? And then think about all the rest of the industries that you're hitting. You're hitting the restaurants because
Right.
they're closing.
Right.
You're hitting the gyms, they're closing. You're hitting even hitting the bums on the side of the highway with the cups and stuff because ain't nobody driving around.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
so
yeah.
all these people, what are you going to do? They got to eat.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. And I know you have all noticed, they keep saying April 1st, 2 weeks, April 1st. Like, April 1st is just going to vanish. Everything's going to be back
That's
to
what they
normal.
say.
April Fool's
1st.
Day.
I guess that's
If
what
you
it's
think
going to
this
be.
shit gonna be over April 1st, then you're April Fool.
They're saying
Don't
April
be a fool.
1st, April 1st. We're doing this to April 1st. And I'm listening to these doctors, these specialists. They're saying to the American people, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
That.
So how can we look forward to another April, today is the 20th, how can we look for another 9 days and it's going to be better in 9 days?
Well, I would say this to people. I was one of those people who would look at people doing certain things.
Right.
And it's like people who did extreme couponing. I used to look at them people and I would be like, man, that's just crazy. I can't do that,
Yeah,
But now I understand that if you
Yeah.
buy things and you can get it in bulk, if you can save money, do that. But also, during this time, learn how to do things,
Right.
with you. How do you want to say it? You want to do things and you want to do it as minimal as possible.
Right.
Gotcha.
If you have to cook something, cook
Yeah.
it, but only cook what you're gonna eat. There's no use in buying a
Yeah.
bunch of perishable things
Right,
that
right.
you're just gonna run through like regular.
Right.
You see people in
Yeah.
the grocery stores 2 and 3 weeks straight trying to buy the same thing that they've already bought previously.
Right,
And that's
that's right.
because you're not doing things in smaller compartments. Okay, if I'm gonna cook something, cook it, do it in portions,
Right.
save.
Right.
If you're gonna use your toilet tissue, don't be in there like it's just regular, because this is not a regular time. You
Yeah,
have never been on
absolutely.
lockdown
Yeah.
like this in the
Yeah.
United States. I'm
Yeah.
41, and in 41 years,
Right.
I have never been on lockdown
Yeah.
like
I
that.
got ancestors
Absolutely.
41. You old,
Absolutely.
man. Okay, check this out though. Right? Okay, Angie, I hear you saying, the restaurants are open, takeout and delivery only, and you're hearing the end of May and June. I need some other people to talk to them besides Angie too. I see you, Tony. But check this out, right? My perspective is not necessarily that the restaurants that are staying open, but even those, they normally have like waitresses and waiters in there. They normally have some have a maitre d' in the front. All of those people are now unemployed.
Absolutely.
How much can the unemployment system support? How many people are going to be applying for unemployment and basically get nothing? There's only so much that we can expect out of these programs, because they weren't designed for such a large capacity. So what happens at that point? You know, one of the biggest things that shocked me today is I got text messages from some of my highly Christian friends. Nothing against highly Christian people, Pastor. But they're asking me about going out and purchasing bullets, guns, things of that nature. Everybody knows that I carry my pistol everywhere, but I don't want to hurt nobody. I mean, it's merely for protection, you know?
Right.
I mean, if I had to, I would, of course, but that's not my goal. So why are we thinking guns and stuff? I mean, are we really at that point where we're thinking martial law? We're thinking people are just going to start breaking in other people's houses?
Right,
things of
because
that
you know
nature?
the gun stores and the pawn shops,
Yes.
they were filled to capacity
Oh, yes.
over this week, because people are now beginning to feel threatened.
Yes.
Because when desperate needs, people do desperate things.
Exactly.
And if they run out of this and can't get this, and it leads to pretty much people doing things that guns are involved.
Nobody's going to sit around and starve to death. You know?
Absolutely.
And speaking of starving to death, we starving because we got to go to this commercial break.
Absolutely, and we're going
Right
to take
back.
a break and we're going to go pay some bills, but stay right there. Don't leave. We got a fascinating show. You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings. And by the way, if you need that special jewelry for that special someone, the cream of la creme, Burt's Jewelers, they're in Flat Shoals Road in Decatur. Stop by, pick up that special gift for that special someone, and tell them Talk Show Kings sent you.
We sent you.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
My Savior came and gave his life. He gave a living sacrifice. On Calvary, he paid the price for me, for me, for me.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Welcome back, and thank
Welcome
you
back.
so very much for tuning in to Talk Show Kings. We still got a wonderful show. We still got an exciting show. But before we get back into the show, there's some very special people that we would like to give thanks to, especially our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. Thank you so much, Felix, for making this happen for all of us.
Yes, thank you.
Also to our technical engineer, Mr. Marcus Gibbons. Marcus, wherever you are, you're always in our heart. We'll see you soon. And also to our media programmer and director, Ms. Shantae Barksdale. Shantae, thank you so much for doing what you do and bringing this show together. Now, getting back into the show, Doc was making an example while we was off the air, is that the many programs that we have set up for monies to be given, monies to be received, where do we go, Doc, when that money runs out and that program suddenly stops? Instead of increasing, it decreases over a period of time, because you and I know that they're not going to give you money for the rest of your life, even though we're going through a situation that we're going to need it. They're not going to give it to us for a long period of time.
We're going to have to do a reconstruction, and mainly a mental reconstruction. First of all, I've been saying forever, we got to see each other as brothers instead of others. Now, I was talking about that predominantly to African Americans, but now I'm speaking as America as a whole, because we have to realize that we're being cut off from the rest of the world. So where we subsidize farms to not grow things, we need to cut all that out. Grow as much rice, corn, beans, so on and so forth as you can, because we're going to need that food. We're going to need that sustenance. When I was in school, I was taught that we grow enough food along the banks of the Mississippi River to feed everybody in the U.S. for 3 years, every year. But we stopped because it was evidently too much to distribute, or it drove the price down on stuff too low. We got to start back. We also have to find new programs or new ways for business to run. Everybody cannot go out and be a grocery store.
Okay.
Everybody cannot be a delivery person, so on and so forth. So we have to find ways and a way to create jobs from this. Everything, everything you can think of differently, you need to do. We eventually are going to have to definitely start helping each other in the community. If somebody runs out of something and you have an abundance, then don't be afraid to share. It can't be to where you're thinking, well, I'm going to run out too, and then this, that, and the other. Even though, yes, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm saying that, are we going to be so self-contained that we just let those around us suffer and die? It's a time for a lot of thinking and a lot of perspective. People, when I said on my Facebook page how it seems to me the millionaires, like the NBA players, NFL players, and certain rich people, seem like they're being tested, while just the common man is not. Somebody said the elite. Well, I don't see them as elite. I see them as wealthy. To me, an elite person would be somebody with compassion, like somebody who's going out and helping others. To me, that's an elite.
Okay, now let me pose a question to the both of you all. Okay, now we're living in a new normal for all of us.
All right.
By living in that new normal, we need. Okay, so where can we start by helping people when we need ourselves, Mel? We need ourselves. You need, I need, you need. Where do we start by helping people when we ourselves need? And I think that's what people want to know.
Well, I believe that, we should come together as a community. Listen, there were a lot of older people when I was growing up, my grandma, granddads, they had gardens in their yards.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with getting out in the garden and growing your own food. And if you don't have a garden, and you start a community garden.
Exactly.
Go out, contribute to it, help to take care of it. Look, it's easy to be selfish.
Right.
Exactly.
I had this thing I like to say that, each one of us, we are born selfish. And the reason I say that is because of this. When you're growing up, even if you have a twin or triplets or whatever the case may be, you still want things personally your way.
Right.
Even in relationships, you want things your way.
Right.
But when you become selfless, that's when things get better. So in a community, again, start a community garden if you don't have one.
Right.
Start a community annex where you can stack paper towels and cleaners and things of that nature. Get programs in place to be able to help the elderly who can't get around, who can't get out. Put together package bundles of foods and meats and vegetables and things that medication. Here, like you said, compassion goes a long way. And at this time, it's not about black, It's not about white.
right.
It's not about Indian or Hispanic. It's about being a human being and being a decent human being.
Right.
And if you can't get with that, then I guess you are going to be out here
Right.
in panic mode for the rest of your life.
And
Right.
think about that. When you were saying that, ooh, I had something on the tip of my tongue. You see it? I can't find it now. Y'all go ahead, and when I think, okay. When we're talking about helping each other,
Right.
we got to really think about what's a need. Because now it seems like that we as Americans are real spoiled.
Yes,
and we
we
think
are.
that everything we want is a need.
Right,
That's
yeah.
not necessarily the truth.
Right.
And yes, I do say necessarily on purpose.
Right.
That's not the truth. You have to really distinguish what's needed as opposed to what's wanted. We also have to think about the stuff that we're throwing away. Now is not the time for you to not finish your whole plate and just rake it in the garbage.
Yeah,
That's how if you don't finish something, you rake it in a
Absolutely.
Ziploc bag
Absolutely.
and you eat it later.
Absolutely.
Now's the time for you to really think about stretching your means.
Yeah.
Because some things, when it's gone, it might be gone for quite a while
Yeah.
before you can
Yes.
replenish.
Yeah.
So in that
Moderation
case,
is key.
what happens?
And I think to the American people, and you should all know that it is touching us in a way that we've never been touched before. But I listen to the doctors, and they say that it's only going to get worse before it gets better. When it gets to that worst part, where the unthinkable, the unbearable begins to happen to the people of the world, so to speak, because it's not affecting the United States, it's affecting the whole world globally. And we're put into that position where do we turn? What do we do? Our president has said this and he said that, but it's gotten far worse than what anybody, see, people didn't even think it would get this far.
And it's gotten that way quickly.
And it's gotten that way quickly.
I don't know who this anybody person is, but
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna get this bad if we ever had a epidemic with him in office.
Yeah.
When he first dismantled the first he took away Obamacare, so that made all these
Right.
people not have any kind of insurance. Then he got rid of the pandemic office.
Right.
To me, that in itself was disastrous. That meant that if anything like this were to happen, remember, Obama had SARS, he had Ebola, he had, he had like 4 or 5 different during his time period.
Add the
That's
recession
why
to that too.
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
he instated that office, because he realized that if something happens, we need to respond quickly, and we need to get on top of it. We don't have that kind of
Right.
leadership now.
Right, right.
That is what I was going back to earlier when I said that we have a narcissistic president.
Right.
Someone who's all about himself. Listen, you dismantled an administration that before you was dealing with situations worse than what you were dealing with now at all. And you wanted to take credit and you wanted to make it about a political party. That's never what it was about.
Right.
With
Exactly.
Obama, he was a class act. You know, you didn't agree with everything he did, but
yeah,
he did it with class, and he thought about people.
Right,
And it didn't
right,
matter whether
right.
they were
That's what
black or
leadership-
white or
absolutely.
gay or straight.
Yeah.
He thought about them. Right now, you're dealing with someone who only thinks about himself. And the chaos has ensued because of that. Like you said, he dismantled Obamacare.
Right.
But today you hear in the news where they're thinking about going back to Obamacare.
Right.
They gotta get these people
yeah,
insured.
right.
Burning the bridge,
right.
but now you got to cross it. Now what?
Angie's in Virginia, and she says there, churches are giving out groceries to the elderly, and
Good,
they're
good,
giving out
good.
toilet paper to people in need. I agree with you. I agree. Heads up to the churches. We really appreciate
Right.
you.
Yes.
There was a Nigerian minister who went to China saying that he was going to pray the epidemic away, and that he was going, well, in the Bible, Jesus himself said, you don't just go and put yourself in harm's way. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not the most religious motherfucker on the planet. Well, I guess me saying religious and motherfucker say that in the same sentence. But
So sorry.
by doing that, he put himself in harm's way, and now he's suffering from the disease. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Now, I'm not saying don't help somebody,
Yeah.
but even if you help somebody, wear gloves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't do
Yeah.
things trying to be this hero or whatever. If you want to help somebody, that's cool, but still take your safety precautions. Stretching your meat, Angie, that ain't even funny.
What did it say? What else did it say?
You're trying to, Tommy Boy says you're speaking the truth now. It's
Yeah.
time out for being wasteful. Exactly. And we
definitely
got to
is.
teach that. We definitely got to teach our kids that, because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are a
This
social
generation,
creature,
yeah.
and kids are going to want to go outside and play with
Yeah.
other kids, because
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
the nature of children.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the nature, like you said, of coming back. And teaching your kids how to be self-sufficient instead of spoiling them with everything that they want.
Yeah.
Older people
Yeah.
taught us how to survive. Like, for instance, you know me. I told you, I don't eat meat, right? I haven't eaten meat for almost 14 months. But don't get it twisted. If survival is everything and there's no meat on the show,
Right.
I will put a string on a stick and fish, or I will go put a hook on a
Right.
pole and
Right.
find me a gopher hole and pull him out, and I'm gonna clean him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just the Florida boy in me. I'm country.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we have to.
again,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like you said, it's not a time to be wasteful. When your kids say, I don't want to eat, I don't want to eat. Well, this is what we have. This is what you're going to eat. And that needs to be
absolutely. And
normal,
that's-
because if you keep spoiling them,
Right.
it's just like this generation has gotten. They are very,
Yeah.
very spoiled.
You best believe, and I strongly believe that in people's households, this new normal has changed everybody and
It
everything
definitely
around.
has.
Even in my side of town, I live in South Fulton County, we have a curfew now where we have to be in the house around 9. If we're not going to work and it's not emergency or going to pick up medication, we have to be in the house at 9, and we can't leave out to 7 the next morning. If we are caught outside of the house, they are finding us $150.
Wow.
Hey,
Um,
$150
okay,
goes a
Angie
long
said
way.
that. I
Yeah.
said the thing about stretching the meat. I didn't realize that. get some Gator 2 mail.
Hey, it is what it is.
Tommy says Trump is the accuser. It is a physical example of Satan. Whoa, that's a little deep, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna agree, but I ain't gonna disagree either. That's deep.
That's the physical embodiment of Satan.
Exactly.
Wow.
The thing that I dislike most about Trump is it's all about money. Even today when he spoke, about an hour ago, he was talking about how we're going to come back with this booming economy when this is over. Well, when this is over, I really hope that that's true. But right now, I'm not worried about what's happening when this is
Absolutely, right now,
over.
yeah,
Right now,
absolutely.
I'm worried about, will my mother get sick?
Yeah,
Will my
yeah.
sister get sick?
Yeah,
Will the people
yeah.
that I love, the people I don't love?
Yeah.
You know, and if they do get sick, what can I do?
Yeah, will I get sick?
Hey,
Will it affect
I'm not
me?
worried about me, you know.
Absolutely,
Again.
you know.
You just said it. It's about money. Didn't you say that the private
Exactly.
organizations are
Yeah.
the ones making the tests?
Well, President
Yeah.
Trump, when this first came out, the United States and South Korea found out on the exact same day. South Korea immediately started testing people. Now they're testing like they're testing, I think it's 100,000 a day.
Is that right?
As to where the
Yeah.
United States
Yeah.
had tested 41,000 total.
But yet,
Total.
Yeah.
yet and still, we're having the country run like this, but refer to other countries as third world.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't sit upon a high horse forever. You just can't.
Yeah.
You have to get down and be normal. I was telling somebody the other day about President Trump. You know, if you've never had to struggle, you don't know what it's like to
You don't
struggle.
know what it's like.
Exactly.
Never been
His
there.
dad died
Yeah,
and
he was-
left him $400 million.
Right.
If somebody had left me $400 million, you know, my life would be different as well.
Right.
But again, you're coming from a place of money, so you have no understanding about what the common people are going through or what the
Exactly.
common people need. And
Right,
down here,
right.
now,
Absolutely.
we're reaching out to the community, especially the black community. We're just telling you guys, listen, things have got to change in the black community.
Exactly.
If you're gonna do something, now is the time to do it. Come together. And if you're not black, still, it's the time to come together. It's time to be human. And if you can't be human, then what can you be?
Absolutely. And you heard it straight from Mel. And hold that thought, because we're going to take a quick break, but we will be back. And if you need some home improvements, if you need a deck fix, if you need windows repair or door repair, then look no further. Look on the commercial and look for Etchison Home Repair Home Builders. Call Etchison and tell them Talk Show King sent you. We'll be right back.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives. Today's
My Savior came and gave his life. He gave a living sacrifice. On Calvary, he paid the price for me, for me, for me.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Welcome back to the same old place that we left about.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know where you are. You are back with the Talk Show Kings. I'm your host for tonight. I'm King Lundy. To my right, my man King Mel. To my left, ATL, King Doc. And we're going to go right back into the coronavirus situation. We're going to give you a little bit more, and then we're going to go into some more hot topics.
Yeah, we ain't going to talk the whole show
Absolutely.
on the coronavirus, but it's just so serious, and it's what's going on right now. We were touching on the coronavirus and how it all plays into finances and wealth. And again, we can't be so greedy that we just start letting people die.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how else to say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We just...
And they are rapidly dying.
Well,
you know,
we haven't tested enough people to know.
Yeah.
If you can go so many days without even knowing you have it,
right.
Think about all the people you can come in contact with and spread that virus to without even knowing. Because I don't think that the majority of people who have it, now there may be some jackasses out there spreading it intentionally, but I don't think the majority of people who have it don't know.
Right.
Because if they knew, I would think that they would try to isolate
do something about it. And if you listen to the words that are coming out of all of our mouths, do not put yourself in a situation mentally where you think that it'll never happen to me. I can't get it because I haven't got it yet. Yes, you can get it. You can be at and especially if you're at a gas station and you're getting gas, when you're at the pump, you have to wipe that pump, that handle down. You have to put on gloves or put a napkin in your hand or something. Don't put yourself out there to get it. If you have to stay home, then stay home. That's all that I said, stay home. You don't have to be in the streets up and, you know, just out there. I try to stay home as much as I can. I went to see my mother this weekend. I'm glad that I did. I got a chance to go see her. And when I left my mom's, my wife and I, we went home, you know, and stay isolated at home.
Yeah, you know, I feel you. I'm staying home most of the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not married. And my baby girl don't live with me. So I do go see her. You know,
absolutely, yeah.
That's understandable. But you know what's crazy? Surprisingly enough, I've even heard that staying inside your house may be the worst thing for you.
Wow.
Because let's just say someone did have it in your household, right? Let's just say that. Well, the air in your house only just circulates in the house, you know? A lot of people aren't properly changing their air filters or anything. Now is a good time to check your filters, see if they're dirty. You know, if you just got to go out and buy a couple of new ones, that's fine. If you can stock up on a few, that's fine.
Right.
But you know, don't let it get you to the point where you can even go sit outside in the backyard. That's fine. It's not like, you know, you can sit a distance from one another and still enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Go sit outside, get some
Right,
fresh air.
right.
It's okay.
Yeah,
but
and
being
keeping yourself in shape. is
Yeah,
definitely
keeping
the
yourself
thing.
in shape.
Yeah.
Exercise. Now is
Yeah.
a good time to do calisthenics, do push-ups, sit-ups. Get up. You got a curl bar, some dumbbells. Exercise. Take vitamin C. You know, sanitize your hands. Take showers. It's ways to do things.
And most important, get that quality time with your wife or your girl. Or a lot of you guys out there don't even know your girlfriend. You know, you at home don't know what to do.
And all that. Well, this is a good time for couples to get closer.
absolutely.
It's a good time for people to enjoy their family time.
I'm thinking that this shed-in may result in an unprecedented amount of births in 9 months.
I said that a minute ago. I feel you. Hey, thank you for joining, nephew. Joel Payne. KJ joined us. Thank you for joining us, KJ. Lorenzo Elvis Murphy says the same virus was out in 1918. I can neither confirm nor deny that, but if you say so, I'm just curious what happened to it and how did it go away.
Right.
We talking about lifting dumbbells, and my nephews don't live with me, so I can't lift them. But if they were, then I would lift a couple of dumbbells.
I mean, listen.
Now, one more thing before we cut y'all. What's this I hear that in the summertime, the virus can't live in the summer.
I believe it when I see it.
Absolutely, because that's what they're saying now.
Yeah,
is that once it warm up,
they're saying it's a temperature thing, that it dies at high temperatures.
Right.
That's why they're telling people, to gargle with some warm water as hot as you can stand it. Hot water and vinegar or hot water and salt to clear it out your throat. They said because it lives in the throat before it travels to the lungs.
Is that right?
That's what they said.
Right.
Now, listen, I'm no doctor. Don't take my word for it.
I feel you.
But
research everything.
that's just something that was said.
Right.
But try it. Hey.
Absolutely.
They was talking about the disease that was for measles, I believe, or chicken pox or something to that effect. It's a medicine that was out for another disease that they're saying they're trying to try now.
Right.
And
Malaria.
China, malaria.
That's
China tried that, and some people were poisoned from it. So I mean, I'm not saying don't try it or do try it, but I'm saying anything you do it through a doctor. Don't do it
absolutely.
Don't listen because I wouldn't tell nobody not to elderberry things of that nature.
And I don't think these self-inflicted remedies are going to help whatsoever. This type of virus right here needs the medical attention, as we spoke and said last week.
A hot tide ain't never hurt nobody.
Right. If you have fever, cough, and shortness of breath, then there's chances are you probably could have this dreadful disease.
Do not run to the emergency room every time anything happens. If you fall and scrape your knee, you did not get corona.
Absolutely.
The hospitals are going to be packed with real situations.
Absolutely.
If we pack them with every little thing that happens, you know what I'm saying? Somebody rubbing their eye, and now they think they got corona.
Yeah.
Come on, we need to be more realistic in this situation.
Right.
We don't need, we really need to make sure that we're taking the right precautions.
Yeah, definitely keep sanitizing wipes.
Oh yeah,
Antibacterial hand soap.
Wash your hands all the time.
Yeah. They say just sing the ABCs. Sing the birthday song. Wash up to your elbows with for 20 seconds before you rinse out. Use hot water.
Some you should be doing. Some your mother even taught you how to do a long time ago.
Yeah.
Practice it. Keep doing it, and we just asking all you all to be safe.
Hey, my mother been teaching me about the coronavirus all my life when I'm drinking water and washing your hands.
Absolutely.
Lord Jesus. I want to give a shout out to Mary Lynch. Hey, B, thank you for all my military cats. I really appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all for watching.
Jody too. NC, supermodel NC is in the building. We thank you for joining us.
Right.
Emmett Dallas Smith says, if hot temperatures affect this virus, why did they close the beaches down in Florida? The temperature outside does not affect the pandemic. I don't know, bro.
That's just them talking.
That's what they saying. The medicine in question that they're using was used to treat diseases about 60 years ago, and it shows that instead of 14-day incubation, reduces the virus inspection from 14 days to 6 days. So it's not a cure, but it helps speed the process of the virus through the system. Thus far, and they are trying to tweak it to fit the coronavirus. I feel you on that one. And my reading is a little bit better,
Right.
but I'm messing up.
And there you have it. We'll keep you updated throughout
gotta jump
our
on
Talk
another
Show
topic, fam.
Kings program. But, just stay informed, stay tuned, and to American people, to our fans, just be safe. But we're going into another topic, and this topic comes worldwide, straight to us, all the way from the Florida area. And if you've heard of gubernatorial candidate before, his name is Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum is a gubernatorial candidate out of Florida that was caught in some uncircumstantial circumstances over the last week or so. We have Mr. Florida himself, who's going to break it down to us along with Doc and tell us about this gubernatorial candidate that has been brought to shame.
Are you making up words? Because you said gubernatorial
He was
and said a couple of more things.
I know what he's talking about. But yeah, Andrew Gillum. He was a gubernatorial candidate for Florida. He lost to Ron DeSantis.
Right.
But just about a week ago, he was caught supposedly, now allegedly, I don't know,
Right.
in a hotel room, overdosed off of methamphetamines and some pills and alcohol. And right after this was said, he went on to say that he was going to go into rehab,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said he was going to go
So
into
he
rehab,
admitted
but
to using
after
meth?
he said he was
Right,
going to go
yeah.
into rehab, now pictures have surfaced of him laying naked on the floor, vomit on a towel, and they took pictures of meth and unopened meth bags and pills and alcohol, and they've been posted. So I got to tell you, man, we got to be wary of the company that we keep.
Right. Now, let me ask you, does he have a history of drugs? Have you had
That's
this scenario?
That's the thing.
before?
I've never heard about him having a drug problem
Right.
until now. I've lived here for like the last almost 10 years.
Right.
And I was paying attention because, again, he was a black man running for governor of Florida.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm
Yeah.
from Florida, I'm going to pay attention. But, after him losing and everything, I mean, everybody, when you put your heart and soul behind something,
Yeah,
put your money
yeah.
behind it, if it affects people in different ways. We've all had drinks and things when things went wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I have, and I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't say everybody, I'm going to say me.
Right.
But, yeah, man, just to have these pictures surface out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
it just is disturbing to me, man.
Did they say
It's-
who took the pictures?
Man, I don't know who took the pictures, but I know there was a white male escort
Right.
with his shirt off,
Right.
but his pants on, holding the camera down, and then there are pictures of the pills and the meth and Andrew Gillum on the floor, with vomit on a towel.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
the escort was white. Not making this racial, but the escort was white.
Okay.
And out of nowhere, this black guy is on the floor, and he's the only one passed out and overdosed from all of these drugs in the room. Nobody else just happened to take it.
I wouldn't know what meth looked like, to be perfectly
yeah,
honest.
I'm not.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell her how it's made. I don't know
Crystal
what it looked like.
meth. It's
Crystal
in the
meth. Yeah.
The crystal form.
Crystal meth.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
put it
seen
that
it
way.
before.
Alphonse, thank you for watching. Jonathan Hill, hey, what up, Mohead? Thank you for watching, family. Alphonse said he also had booty juice on his bed. I don't know what booty juice is, but I'll take your word for it, fam. He said this guy is married man caught with a male escort. From my understanding, at least the way I have heard it, is the
Right.
escort dude was a friend of his,
Right.
not somebody that he was having a romantic relationship with. I don't know. I hope for his wife's sake and for his own sake that's the truth. But I don't know. I'm going to say that the whole situation is extremely sickening for him to almost be the governor
Right.
of Florida
Almost
and now
like
to
a
be
political
on
hat
on
job.
meth.
Yeah.
What does that say?
Could
I
be.
mean, you can't down a whole people or anything for it. I wouldn't say anything about black or white or anything else.
Right.
But I would say we definitely need to screen our candidates. I think just like every other federal position
Right.
needs to be drug screened.
Yeah,
Our governors,
right.
our mayors, our senators, our congressmen. I think all of them need to have those same drug tests
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
else has.
yeah.
Why not?
Background
Government
checks as
position.
well. I thought that they did do that to
No.
candidates that want to put no.
No, they don't do the drug test on
Is that right?
any congressman or senators.
Wow.
But again, I don't want to go as far as to say that he had a drug problem prior to this. Again, everybody deals with stress in a different way. So perhaps, he was taking drugs and alcohol or whatever the case may be afterwards and partying a little too hard. We've all partied a little too hard before, I myself know I partied hard, but I will say this here. I think it's more political and financial right now, because it's ironic that after he admitted to he's going to go to rehab, or whatever, and they said he was found, passed out or whatever, how these pictures all of a sudden got leaked. Well, and to say the Miami police are they're looking into how these pictures got leaked.
Well, it's easy to think about how they got leaked because they weren't worth a lot of money initially. But once the story came out, now pictures are worth money.
Exactly.
And money, the greed is the root of all, the love of money.
Which is the root of all evil.
Greed, same thing in my opinion. It's the love of all, is the root of all evil. Alphonse, he has erectile pills. Who paid for the escort? Bruh, again, I was told that that was his friend. Now, the erectile pill, I don't know about. This is my first time hearing that. I'm not saying the information is correct or incorrect.
What is that?
But it's, I apologize. Alphonse. Alphonse Johnson.
Listen, man. Look, Alphonse, you don't always need erectile pills.
I identified all the pills.
Listen, I don't know. I didn't look at those pills and say they were erectile pills or Viagra. I've never taken Viagra, but I have been to a sex shop and decided that, let me see what this pill does. I've done that. Right. Hey, listen.
We're in a room with another dude.
But I don't know. But we don't know if it was females. But we don't know if there were females.
I mean, because beforehand, I see.
Exactly.
I see
you see, it could have been females there.
And there were rumors saying that Mr. Gillum could possibly be gay. I had some gay tendencies.
Hey, he's a married man.
Now, allegedly, I say.
Allegedly, we say allegedly.
Right.
But Joel Payne Cyrus says, in regards to our senators, governors, beers at people in position of leadership, they should all be drug tested and held to either higher standards or the same standards to which the people are to be held. However, many times they create laws to exempt themselves from the very things, the laws which they want enforced on the public. I agree 100%, nephew. And you're right on that. Alphonse say I've been on it, and they was on the news. The dude is gay. He's gay. I hope that
allegedly, anyway.
Well, I'm saying that if he's gay, that I hope he and his wife can do whatever needs to be done to reconcile.
Now, he wasn't going to rehab for drugs. He was going to rehab for alcohol addiction.
Yeah, alcohol. So drugs and alcohol involved. There were alcohol in the room, meth in the room, pills in the room. We don't know what caused everything, but what we will say is this right here. Listen, it's already stated. To whom much is given, much is required.
Absolutely.
You have to be wary of the company you keep, and that's just bottom line.
And we're required to go to break.
And we are required to go to break. Too much is given, they're requesting a break. Hey, we'll be right back. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings. We'll be back.
Big fun out on TV 1061.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
My Savior came and gave his life. He gave a living sacrifice. On Calvary, he paid the price for me, for me, for me.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There we go.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
My bad.
Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the last segment of the show, which is always the fun part of the show. And we're going to talk sports. I know we got a lot of sports fan out there, and we're talking about the NFL and Mr. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
The free agent of the free agents, signed this week, Doc.
Signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think
That's not in Florida.
I think that was a bad idea.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why that was a bad idea. Listen, man. You've been playing for 20 years.
20 years, same team.
You have 6 rings. Same team, 20 years. You're about to go to a whole nother team to continue to play in your 40s. What more do you have to prove?
Yeah.
Don't be like Mike. Mike retired. Mike had won 6 championships.
Jordan, okay.
Mike won 6 championship rings. Decided to come back and play for the Washington Wizards. Why?
They had nothing else to prove.
You had nothing else to prove.
I disagree with you guys on that. Nothing else to prove
passion.
thing. Because
I'm saying myself because I know how it feels to play on that level and have that passion. That passion will take you longer that people think you can play because you
Oh.
still got the passion
Well, yeah,
and love of the game. Brady still think he can win 2 more Super Bowls.
Think about it though, passion.
Right.
Okay, I agree, but something to prove. A lot of people give Brady credit, but I give those 6 rings credit to Bill Belichick. In my opinion, Bill is the best coach of our era.
Right.
When they played us, right, we had a huge lead. He switched the defense from a 4-3 to a 3-4 in the middle of the game.
Right.
At halftime, he switched the defense and shut down the passing game. That's coaching. Very few coaches. They say this man has a different game plan for every quarter. Not for both halves, but for every quarter, every game they play.
Okay.
He's a coaching savant. Okay. So Brady, hey, we'll see what he does. I agree that it's a bad thing because Tampa don't have the line that New England has, and he too old to keep getting hit over and over again.
Okay.
But you were saying about the passion.
Okay.
Talk to me more about the passion. I want to hear more about
when
this.
you have the passion, it's the love of the game.
Okay.
And that love, and I say it not only in sports.
Okay.
I was told by my professor in ministry school, she said, Minister Lundy, if you ever find something that you love doing, you'll never work a day in your life. What you do, if you love doing it, that passion, people don't call it work because they love it.
Okay.
And Tom Brady wants to win because he's accustomed to winning. And you said something earlier in a comment. You said that how you put it, that when you are doing something, and I know what you said. When you're not used to something, like Trump, he ain't never been broke.
Yes.
His daddy gave him $400 million.
Okay.
He don't know how it feel to be broke.
Okay.
So with Tom Brady, he's won pretty much all his life.
Career, yeah.
So he don't know how it feel. Well, he know how to feel because they've won and they've lost. But to win repeatedly, consecutive,
and to go to the playoffs,
and to go to the playoffs, absolutely.
He had winning seasons.
He still. Those are in his palates.
Yes.
See, when you can taste victory and it's in your palates, then that passion will always live inside of you.
All right. I'm going to say this here.
Right.
Yeah, it's one thing to have passion, right? But you can have passion, but still be smart about it. And the reason I say that is this. I'm going to reference my grandmother, Lord rest her soul. Jamesy, how you doing, baby?
Bless her heart.
But listen, bless your heart, baby. My grandma found out that she had sugar or diabetes. We call it sugar. My grandma had sugar.
Yeah.
So, she used to love to eat her fried foods, and she would eat this and eat that and whatever, right? She could cook. The woman could throw down. I'm talking about this. It take a lot to be able to sell a person a chitlin dinner. You got to be able to cook. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So, she found out she had sugar, and she switched up the game plan. You understand? She started cooking with Mrs. Dash. She started not frying stuff. She started baking stuff. She started using skim milk. She started eating cereal with no sugar and stuff in it. She used bananas to sweeten her stuff. You get what I'm saying? So you can have a passion for something, but switch up. You can change up like him. Okay, I think that if Tom Brady decided to retire, but you still wanted to be around football, man, become a quarterback coach.
I was thinking.
You get what I'm saying? You can still go out on top. You had a winning season. Now let's say you go to Tampa and Tampa has a losing season.
Right.
Your last season is going to be a losing season.
What do you mean? They are going to have a.
I'm not going to say that because if James Winston can learn from Tom Brady,
they're in the NFC South, bro.
You got to come through the Falcons. You got to come through the A-Town.
You got to come through the A.
But
my Dolphins will be right up there with y'all.
But in the NFC South.
With Tom Brady, mentally at 42 years old, Tom Brady is feeling like I'm on my exit. So I'm going to try to do everything I can to try to win a Super Bowl. He could have went to Miami. He talked with Miami. He also talked with, before Tannehill, the Titans signed Tannehill to the highest paid quarterback. Tannehill's the highest paid quarterback in the league right now with what he's signed for. So Tom, well, I'm gonna go to the team that put me in a position to win, and that's why he chose Tampa Bay.
I don't know what he was thinking as far as position, but they
Tampa Bay. No, listen to me.
Yeah, please.
Tampa Bay didn't put him in a position to win. Tampa Bay told him, we will guarantee you 50 of this 60 million.
Yeah.
You guarantee me 50 or 60 million. I get back there and take hits too.
Okay, but understand this right here too.
Wait. Tom Brady has enough money. His wife made more money than him.
Giselle is the highest paid model.
He has money. If he's doing it for the money, that's stupid to put his body
Okay,
through
but
that kind
listen
of
right here, though. How many times did Winston get sacked last year?
Okay.
He threw more interceptions than, he broke a record for throwing interceptions. It wasn't, so he had an offensive line that was protecting him, and he had people that could catch the ball. So Tom Brady is in a position that they can have a winning season. I don't know about going to the Super Bowl, but
they can have a winning season in the NFC South.
Right.
The NFC South right now has the best quarterbacks of any.
Yeah.
Because we have Tom Brady, you have Drew Brees,
right.
You have Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
of course,
Matt Ryan.
But
and
now
Carolina just got of their quarterback.
They just signed Bridgewater.
So Bridgewater gonna be.
Ain't Cam Newton leaving Carolina?
Yeah. Well, he's supposed to be going to Washington because Washington hired their coach. The Redskins hired their coach, Carolina coach.
Now check this out. Atlanta just picked up Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Gurley.
I'm just saying.
You've been gloating about that.
You ain't know. I'm just
Atlanta,
saying.
if you don't already know, we got Todd Gurley for a 1-year deal.
Hey, I'm just saying, we putting ourselves in position to do some things.
Yes.
I'm really hoping that we pick up Ndamukong Suh. That's what. Hey, we put.
We got the other defensive guy.
He had him on the Dolphins, man. Listen,
we put
Ndamukong Suh has a bad attitude, man.
We need some people around. He didn't. He put another big body next to Brady Jarrett on that defensive line.
I think he'll get old.
He toxic.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
To a locker room, period.
I disagree wholeheartedly. If you can hear me, come on to the Falcons. We're going to put you next to Brady Jarrett and go ahead and run this thing, win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he talks to a locker room.
I hope so.
If the Falcons get Ndamukong Suh, you know what I'm saying? If you get him, tell me what you feel at the end of the season after he done been toxic in the locker. Because he's with Miami, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Miami, we haven't had great offensive line. Our offensive line needs some work. We had Ryan Tannehill, but we didn't have a real good offensive line. We didn't have. I don't think we had a strong core receiver. We didn't have a strong tight end. Our defense is always pretty decent. I get to say this about Miami. We are the only team that can boast an undefeated season and a Super Bowl win. Dolphins, yes, we can. But that was back before I was born. We need something now.
$72.
Man, Gurley, y'all taking a risk. But if it turns out, if it's a gamble, you gamble with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You gamble with drafting a quarterback who was good in college, but he comes to the NFL and can't cut it.
The dude who went to the Raiders who could throw the ball 56 yards on one knee came from LSU.
Who?
I can't think of his name, but he was a quarterback from LSU.
Oh, you talking about the black boy?
Yeah. One knee and throw the ball 50 yards. Got to the NFL and washed up.
Marcus, I know something.
Alphonse says Nick Saban is Bill's protege. Do you see how white players are getting contracts? Yeah, Russell. Do you guys see how white players are getting contracts with black players like Derrick Henry and Dak Prescott are getting franchise tag? Sue was washed up. He was good with Detroit.
$10 million, man.
Well, here's the problem with that right there. If you really want to get down to the root of that problem, we don't have any black NFL owners. You just don't. If you had a black NFL owner with a black team,
key.
You know what I'm saying? You might get more African American players. And think about it.
NFL makes more black millionaires than any other organization except the NBA that I'm aware of. I'm not going to knock the NFL, but I do think that the NFL players need to hold a higher standard as far as being able to support their beliefs. As far as the kneeling, as far as supporting any kind of charities or anything to that effect.
Antonio Brown is supposed to be joining Tampa Bay now, too.
I need to give some shots out. Chester Smith, thank you for watching. Marty Page, hey Marty, thank you for watching. Edward Brown. Hey, Ed, I just hope you ain't eating fried chicken salad no more. I'm just saying, Ed. Come on now. It's time to get that up.
Oh, my God.
All right, go ahead. That's some
Tony Brown.
Ed's a friend of mine who's in the military with
He's
us.
supposed to be joining the Tampa Bay now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown. I've listened to this man, and I watched it, and I was just
Tampa Bay with Brady.
Oh, wow. It kind of reminds me of when he talks. It kind of rubs me the wrong way while I hear Donald Trump. It's like nothing comes out gracefully. Nothing comes out of substance.
Yes.
You know, it was like what's the name? They just lost Wilder, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
You know, it killed me because after he lost, he said, and I quote, it was because his legs were tired from the 40-pound outfit, right? But before that, you were bragging about how you spent $40,000 on the outfit. So you paid $1,000 a pound to have your legs tied and loose. That's what it's like when I listen to Antonio Brown talk. You know, it's painful. And he's toxic to himself and the team. He made a big fuss to get off the Raiders.
Yes, he did.
Only to go to the Patriots to get cut on some nonsense.
Don't forget about the Steelers, how he dogged them out.
And you dogged the Steelers too.
And it was good to him.
You guys don't want, Tampa Bay does not want to get Antonio Brown. I'm not trying to down another brother, but he needs help.
They can shut him up and give him just a play. Then he can do some things.
He fall into the same position T.O. fell in with that mouth. The same position Dez Bryant fell into with that mouth.
I will say this about T.O. He had a right to be angry with McNabb.
That's my quarterback.
Listen to me, man.
That's my
That man was good.
Oh, T.O.
That man was good.
Anytime he touched the ball, it could be a touchdown.
You needed to get the ball to. You know what I'm saying? His actions spoke louder than his mouth.
For any grown man to tell me to shut the F up, we got problems.
What happened now?
They were in the huddle, and T.O. was telling Donovan McNabb, he's like, look, I've been kind of laying off on dude. I know I can blow by him. Donovan McNabb told him to shut the F up.
Godly.
Yeah. So how would any grown man say that to another grown man? You got to expect.
No wonder y'all stay.
The disrespect.
But Antonio Brown just.
Alphonse, your favorite dude, says playing Tannehill and not Henry was racism at its finest. I'm not even finna get on that, Antonio. Hey, Lance, thank you for watching. Lance Harvey, cat I went to school with.
Listen,
love the show.
Love to go with who you feel is best in the position. You know. You can say playing one person over another person was racist. I can get where you can see that, right? But again, what if you did put Henry in there? What if Henry would have performed worse than Tannehill? Then
what is it though? What if? You never know.
You know, but he had his chance. He was in before. But you know, like I said, the Dolphins don't have a real offensive. They didn't have a real offensive line. The offensive line was suspect at best, and that's my team.
I'm not gonna call the running back's name because I don't know it. But y'all had a running back who left in the middle of the season, went to another team, and was an all-star.
Oh, you talking about your boy?
Melvin Jordan?
Nah. What's his name?
Yeah, him.
He went,
but he was on the Dolphins, and he went like crazy. Went somewhere else, and I think went to Minnesota, right?
What is it, Minnesota?
Went somewhere and blew up.
He went somewhere, but he blew up.
But all them other teams, whatever. I'm a Falcon fan to the soul, so I got to talk about my Falcons.
Absolutely.
So you know, with Julio. With Julio and Ridley spreading the field, we got that new tight end from the Ravens. Hurst is fast and got great hands. I can't say he got the same hands that we lost with Hoop. No offense to Hoop. Hoop
got a big contract too.
Yeah, but Hoop he didn't miss a pass. That's awesome.
I mean, that was my go-to guy.
Exactly. But hey, Hurst got speed and good hands. That's gonna spread the field.
All right.
You spread that field, and Gurley get the ball. Come on. He was averaging 3.8 yards a carry.
Absolutely.
I mean,
y'all get rid of Jones?
Absolutely.
Julio Jones? Have you lost your?
Oh no.
Okay. I thought for the corona. I know
we get ready to get out of here now because Mayo just said we got rid of Julio Jones. So I So I know it's time to go. It's time to go. But we want to thank you all for tuning in this week. You just experienced a ride of your life. You rode out with us. We are the Talk Show Kings.
I don't
Let the
believe
Kings introduce themselves to say goodbye and shouts out for the night.
I don't believe you guys didn't talk about your teams more. We opened it up on football. All these people we have that are Steelers fans. Yeah, I'm talking about you. All these other the Cowboys fans, and you don't talk about your team. Now we had a Dolphin fan over here talking crap, but hey, I want to give a shout out to baby girl. Of course, you know you're my world. I want to give a shout out to Miss Regina Jamley Schofield, my mother, who I got all of my silly from.
Absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to my father, Kenneth A. Moore Sr., the person who I got my sense of integrity and my work ethic from. I love you, Pops. And give a shout out to any and all of my military cats.
Absolutely.
Y'all know I ain't got nothing but love for you, and I still would die for you to this day. If you need anything that I could give you, holler at me, and I got you. I really appreciate y'all for y'all service. Make sure you're watching out for your battle buddy, because suicide in the military has gone up, and we got to watch out for each other, especially during this crisis, this epidemic. They're going to be using cats to do things in different areas. Check out your battle buddy. Make sure they all right? Much love, family. All right.
Hey, man, this is King Mel. I just want to give you guys a shout out and thank you guys for tuning in, for even giving me your attention. And I hope I satisfied you guys with the conversation. I want to give a shout out to all of Florida, give a shout out to my family down in Willaca, Florida, real small, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, my pops, Melvin H. Primus Sr. Shout out to my children too, Maya, Taj, Serenity, and got Chloe and Zoe. I just want to let you guys know that I love y'all, and anything I'm doing for y'all now. So that's it.
Absolutely. Big shouts out to TV 1061, to Felix, to Marcus Gibbon, to Shante Barksdale. Also to my family, I love you so much. I love you, and you can't take it back. I love my mom. Lady G, I love you so much. It was wonderful seeing you this week. Every day that I see you, I think about you, and I love you. Thank you for giving me life. Also to my wonderful and dear, beautiful wife, Natalie, sweetie, I love you. I'll be home soon. And to you, our fans, we thank you so much, and we love you dearly. To my church, TRBC, you know who you are, Pastor. We love you. And till next time we meet again, be safe and wash your hands. You're listening to Talk Show Kings. Also, the Divas, they coming back at you next week, hopefully. Also, tune in to Flavor and some more wonderful shows that's here on TV 1061. Doc, Mel, let's ride out.
All right. Hey, it's time to go, fam. Much love.
Yes. Much love.
Much love.
Oh, Alphonse.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.